All right, Facebook, what's going on? Guess what tonight is? Tonight is a very special night, and I'm really gonna give y'all about 60 seconds to get in this room. So let me do one thing first. Let me make sure that we are live and all things are working properly. It looks like it is on my end, but I gotta make sure we are right. When you come into this space, y'all know how Dr. Shayna does it. I want to make sure you get in the comments, you say hello, you let me know where you are joining from. Let me make sure my live is working on all fronts because I don't need no problems tonight. I'm about to have an amazing conversation, and I don't want anybody. When I say anybody, I don't want anybody to miss this. Hold on one second. Let me make sure it is all good. It is. Let me tag all the right people so this conversation can go viral tonight. Okay, listen, if you don't know who I am and you are just finding your way scrolling on my page, like who is this lady and what is she talking about? My name is Dr. Shayna. I am your favorite executive wellness coach, and I equip high achieving professional women who are overwhelmed and burnt out due to all of the responsibilities of life, career, and relationships to gain clarity and focus so that she can position herself to have it all. I believe if mama ain't right, ain't nobody right. And everything I do is to make sure all of my sisters are okay. Now, listen, one of the things that I love more than anything is making sure my sisters understand that you literally can have it all. Do you believe that? Get in the comments and let me know if you believe you can have it all. Because if you don't believe it, honey, you in the right place tonight. I have an amazing guest interview tonight for you. And we're about to talk about how you really can have it all. So many times as women, we don't think that we can, but we finna deal with it, dispel the myth. We finna flip it on his head and we finna lay it down right. So I want you to get your pen, get your paper, because we about to go to school. Now let me introduce who your instructor is for this evening. So Dr. Sonja Stribling, we just call her Dr. Sonja. She is the founder of the Born to Be Powerful Academy, a company that empowers the masses. When I say the masses, y'all don't even understand the masses to not just win, but to dominate. Can y'all put some dominate in the chat for me? Dominate. Dr. Sonja is a transformation specialist, influence expert known as the General to Giants, who's been featured on multiple platforms, including most recently CNN and Essence Magazine. Dr. Sonja is also the best-selling author of The Divorce That Saved My Life. This 21-year Army retired major, recipient of the Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award, national speaker for the Think and Grow Rich, the Legacy World Tour, and former TV host on Bravo Network, who now uses this training and experience to lead thousands to their victory by using their inner power to ascend to their next level in life and business. Now, I just read y'all who she is, but let me tell you from my heart who she is. She is my mentor. She is my coach. And single-handedly, this one woman has changed my entire life and my business. And I am uber excited to bring her to the stage so we can have this conversation tonight. So you can see just why we are so excited about the Dr. Sonja. Hello.
Hey, Dr. Shayna. Oh my goodness, I almost cried back here. I'm like, oh, she's talking about me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for allowing me to grace your stage. I'm truly honored.
Listen, I'm fangirling right now. I got Dr. Sonja on my stage. She on my platform. I'm feeling like a big girl right now. Like, really? We doing this. I am honored and excited that you are here. The ladies in the comments dominate. They ready, Dr. Sonja. They are ready to dominate.
I'm ready to help them dominate even the more for sure. Let's get into this. Like I'm over here like, oh, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get
Yes,
it.
it is time to get into it. And so there's so much, right, to that you
Mhm.
have done in your lifetime. And so the topic tonight is sis, you really can have it all.
Ooh.
Really. And what I understand as women, many times we believe we have to make a choice between ourselves, our careers, our families, or whatever else. And usually we the ones that don't get picked.
I'm over here laughing. Usually, 9 times out of 10, we go last. The family goes first, the hubby, significant other, the kids, the church
Yes,
members, our
yes,
parents,
yes.
and we get leftovers. And by the time it gets to us, we don't have anything else left. And that includes the energy to do anything that we want. And so I love this topic about having it all because we truly can. You are an example of having it all.
Mm.
There's so many things out there. You could be doing something else, but you decided to bet on you. And that's why you're having the level of success that you have right now, is because you now know, and you knew before. I'm just grateful that I was the one to kind of grab your hand and like, come on, Dr. Shana, you don't have to, do that. You could do this and do it even bigger. So, having it all is something real, and we can all have it. It's not just for Dr. Shana. It's not just for me. You can have it all as well.
You can. And so I know I'm like many other women who are watching right now who doubted ourselves, who did not believe that we had the capacity. Now, I mean, I had a whole PhD, a whole business already, a whole everything, and I'm still in the space of, I don't really think I could do that full time. No, I think I really need to keep letting these folks run my checks to me. And it's that doubt that we don't have a belief in ourselves that gets missing. So, what do you say to women who really walk around doubting themselves because the belief is not there, even when the evidence is present, but there's no belief?
One of the biggest things is really owning your power. First, before you can own it, you got to know what it is.
Mm.
And if I could just break down, and she said pen and paper, so, go back and listen to this or whatever, but write this down. Owning your power is understanding what it is first. And power to me and what I teach is possibilities and potential. The O is for opportunities. Let me go back to the potential. I believe every woman, before she came out of her mother's womb, there was possibilities and potential for her, simply because she was a woman, right? And then she's got to understand the opportunities that are going to be laid out for her. And I also believe, Dr. Shana, that we don't just wait on opportunities. I believe we create opportunities for ourselves as well. Then you go over to the W, wealth, worth, and well-being. Let's just talk about the wealth, but we talk about other ones later next time. But wealth, there is wealth laid up for those who choose themselves first in order for them to build the wealth for their family. And then the E is for excellence. I didn't say perfection. I said doing it in excellence. And we all have a responsibility to ourselves first. And so if we understand what power truly means, then we opt into it, right? Not opt out, because many women have opted out. I don't want nothing to do with that. But then we're frustrated at the life that we live. But first, you got to understand what power is. And girl, go opt in. As my kids would say, tap in. It's time to tap in so you can have exactly what it is that you want.
My God. Can I get some tap in, some power in the chat? Because what we're talking about right now, this is a word that folks will throw around, but you just broke down really what it means. And it's something that we all have access to. We all have, because you said we came here with power. We came here somewhere along the line. We gave it away. We gave it away. We lost it.
Say it one more time. We
gave
it
away. Gave it away.
Not just gave it away, and folks were like, well, somebody took it. No. You had to give them permission to take your power away from you. You had to give somebody permission to say, hey, I don't want that, or here, take this. We don't just give it away, or excuse me, they don't just take it. We have to give them the opportunity and the permission to do it. Now, let me do this one real quick. This is going to throw a monkey wrench in. Stop saying the enemy did it. He did not. He didn't do that. He is not smart enough. The only way he could take something is if we give it to him.
Oh,
I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm sorry.
I saw you being messy tonight on the line, but you told the whole truth. Because we quick to say what the enemy didn't showed up and did. Quick to say. But you just dispelled that whole myth, because the enemy can't take nothing you don't give to him. Come on, somebody. You got to give it to him. You got to give him permission to have it. Wow.
And we give it to him freely. Freely, like, yeah, go ahead and take it. Yeah, you said that my family legacy wouldn't mean anything. Take it. You said that I will be broke. Go ahead and take it. You said I will lose everything. Go ahead and take it. Because I'm speaking from experience. So this is why I can say it boldly to whomever is listening right now. If you're at a place right now, you don't like what your life looks like, and we say you can have it all, it's not special to folks who have a degree. It's not special to those who did this. It is only special for the women who understand they don't want to be ordinary anymore. They want to be extraordinary. And I don't know about you. I tapped into that. I'm like, what? I don't have to wake up like this. I don't have to give the enemy all of what I have, and I want nothing back that supposedly he took. I want all brand new stuff. I don't want the used drawers. I don't want the used shoes. I want it all new because this is all the new version of who we are. I don't know
Right.
where that came from, but oh, that was good, lights.
That
That
was
was
so good. I'm gonna need y'all to write that down. That was good. I recorded. I'm gonna run it back to you so you make sure you don't forget that. That was amazing. We want all of the newness that is here for our taking when we show up and tap into our power. That's what you're saying. But here's
yes.
the key though, Dr. Sonia. It's waiting for us. We have a responsibility to show up and tap in. You have to.
So much so, Dr. Shane, as soon as you said this, I saw a woman standing, tapping her watch. It's like you're running a race, and
Mm.
she's standing not at the finish line. She's standing on the other side of the door that you refuse to open and go in. She's standing there like, okay, and we can all have it. We're just somebody's standing on the other side. And I would say the future version is just standing there just like this. Like, girl, you gonna show up? I know he left you with all them kids. I know he left and he divorced. Yeah, I know you lost your job. Yeah, I know that business didn't work, but you gonna show up? Like, are you really gonna show up? And it's just a matter of time before many of us realize before, and hopefully it's not too late, because the
Mhm.
richest place in the world, Dr. Shane, is the graveyard,
Yeah.
because there's so many people that went to their grave without those unwritten songs, those unwritten books, the unstarted business, or whatever it is that they had a desire to do. And they kept saying, I got time, I got time. And start looking at people who don't have it all, try to
Right.
instruct somebody who really wants more than what they
Mm.
have right now.
Ooh. And I say I want to go empty. I want nothing left because I've heard you say it too. I want everything to be left here. I don't need nothing going with me because it ain't no good there. It
None.
has to be poured out into this space. To me, that's disrespectful if I don't use it while I'm here.
Exactly.
That's disrespectful. But Dr. Sonia, there's women here who look at you and they're like, well, she's been successful all along. Like her life has been amazing. She's always been this way. Can you dispel that myth
Oh,
that,
yes, I can.
come on,
She said that what? Go ahead, I'll let you finish. I got excited. That
no, dispel the myth that you are who you are right now is the woman you've always been in the sense of where you sit.
Beyonce made a song. I woke up like this. Maybe that's for her, but she didn't even wake up like that. And none of us, I know I didn't. This you're talking to someone who was a statistic at a very early age. From the age of 15, having a child, my first child. I just remember every time I think about it, I'm strapped to a table, like legs and arms until it was time to push. And they unstrapped one arm so I could push. That was back in the day. I'm just saying. And
Mhm.
I think about that. Oh, that's abuse, but it happened. And then at 17, being in the wrong place at the wrong time and being raped and left for dead, joining the United States military after I was, 21, 22, got married right away, 45 days. That was the first time around, was married 18 years. He left. I went through divorce, lost my natural mind, went to combat. All this, I can keep going on and on. And I understand everybody doesn't have to have that woe is me story. That's just my truth. And I chose to, okay, let me use that as a stepping stone so I can share with other women about where I came from. So that's why I can boldly and confidently stand in front of somebody's face like, sis, I don't want to hear it. No disrespect. I tell people I don't train ballerinas and princesses. I only train warriors. So this is warrior conversation. For those you can handle warrior conversation, a woman warring for the life so she can have it
Mhm.
all, marriage, kids, business, finances, wealth, legacy. She can have all of that if she wants it. But I didn't wake up like this. And I sit back now and I look for the woman who was suicidal years ago, Dr. Shayna, that was trying to figure out, okay, if you do this, your kid's going to find your lifeless body. And now you're going to let your ex raise your kids. Oh, that was enough for me. Like, no, I'm not. Let me get myself together and start building the life and the lifestyle that I want. So it doesn't matter where you come from. It's all about where you're going, or where do you really want to go, and start tapping into what is the vision, what's the legacy, and what do you need to do to get there, and who's going to help you get there, more importantly.
Wow. I hope y'all caught that because there's so many things that you just described that I know there's a woman watching who has lived through or is living in right this moment, right? So those are real life situations, and you are a wonderful example of I'm not who I was. because you made a decision about who it was you wanted to become. And you're continuing to become her. So every day, right, there's this becoming as you continue to show up and tap in because there's more. And that's what I have gained so much from you is that, yeah, that's what it was, but what shall it be?
Yeah.
What
Oh
shall
yeah.
it be as we continue to become it? And I appreciate that so much. And one of the things that you talked about in your teachings is you teach women the really the recipe to what having it all, how you have it all. It's a recipe. And I told you before, I'm an amazing student. And I made
Mhm.
straight A's. I got 4.0 in every degree I got, all of them. Okay. I'm an excellent student. And all I needed was instructions. That's it. And that is one of the things, and that's just one of the major things that you have provided as my mentor and as my coach that has made a, when I say the night and day difference in my life and my business. And for that, I'm forever and eternally grateful to you for answering the call that was placed upon your life. And so, one of the things that you do and you do very well is that you show up. And you don't just show up a little bit, you show up on 110, 200. And so I've heard that you're coming to H Town and just, well, I say coming, you here because
I am.
the atmosphere done shifted today, Dr. Sonia. I felt it when I went out. I said, wait a minute. I felt a little something. Something has changed. And I
Oh
said,
yeah, we brought the business.
you about to, and when you bring it, you bring it. So can you share with those who are listening
Yeah.
what it is that you, why are you in Houston? Why did you come from Atlanta to H Town? And what is your intention with these women that are on this line right now for this weekend?
You know, when we were going through this conversation of I want to do the I Own My Power tour, and it's all about power. That's when, and I think of a word, what word that describes what I want, what I do, what I want other women to have is power. So I chose 3 cities because I'm working on my new television show, working on a new book that's going to come out, and I didn't have a lot of time. And I said, where are some of the places that I really want to go if I could choose 3? Of course, I'm gonna be in the A because that's where I live, but I said Houston's got to be on the mark. There are some women that are hungry for their next level in Houston. I love Houston. If I didn't live in Atlanta, I probably would live here for sure.
Mhm.
Right. But I realized that there are women here that are waiting even the more to really own their power. So we created the I Own My Power movement and came to Houston, the second stop, because it's going to be massive. Be women are looking for to own their power. And what I really want to teach in there over the last year, even during the pandemic, how my business, not even 100 fold. Can I say that? If he
Mhm.
ever had to shift and put another zero in there, how it shifted, but it was because of some of the things that I had to do internally to build my business from the inside out. And so what I love about being a teacher, about a trainer, there's one thing I know God gave me. When I thought the enemy took away all this other stuff that I thought was so important, God gave me something back more important. It's the ability to transfer energy, the
Mm.
ability to share with other women a vision of what they have. And we got to understand, Dr. Shana, you do it very well as well, is just show women what it looks like because we had to walk through it. I don't
Mhm.
know any better example than to learn from someone who's been there, done that, whether you know them or not. If there's any residue, any remnant, or any smoke coming behind, and I still got some fire coming from behind me. It's not even just smoke. It is because I feel like I'm just getting started. But I don't want to go on this movement by myself. So I came to Atlanta to scoop up a few women to share with them. Probably a few hundred in the room. I know the capacity, we're almost at capacity right now, if not. So
Mm.
if you decide to come, I know the link is somewhere around here. Make sure you
Mhm.
show up early. Make sure you show up early. And those who you really, if you realize that you're serious and not curious women just, yeah, whatever, letting life happen. Those that are serious, like, no, girl, we're taking advantage of opportunities, and we're also creating opportunities. So this is the opportunity. If I made Dr. Shana 3 things, if
Mhm.
nothing else you learn, is number one, how to really tap into the power and be able to identify it. I want to
Mhm.
give you a 7-figure, I would say the 7-figure journey that I went on, so you can simply, easily apply it. It'll be applicable for your life if that's what you want. And number 3, give you the opportunity to be in a room with like-minded women. I don't know about you, But that for me was enough
Game
to know
changer.
I needed to be around other women who really wanted their next level of life. I call it a purpose driven life and business.
That's so good. The like-minded women in a room alone is worth the ticket. And then what you're gonna get is so much food. And I'm not talking about what you eat and that's gonna fill your stomach, but the food you're gonna get for your mind. Because and so I've obviously I've been with you for over a year at this point. I've been on my power tour. I've been in this room and been in the room with you multiple times. And there is nothing like sitting at the feet of a woman who holds nothing back. And I want women on this live to understand there are people who show up to give you a little.
Yeah.
And then there are those who show up because they want you to win. And because you want us to win as women so badly, you pour excessively. Y'all know me, I'm about that salsa life. I'm talking about filling cups. You leave in this space on overflow because Dr. Sonja will pour and pour and pour until she done poured everything. Then she gonna go run to the back and get some more and keep pouring till all of the saucers are full. And I have sat in rooms and breakthroughs are happening everywhere around the room, and women who didn't even know they needed that kind of breakthrough to come in the room. Because this work, we're talking about business, but we're also talking about mindset shifting that got to happen first before you can even get to that space. So if you're on this live right now, everybody hit share. I want everybody, if you're in here live, hit the share button, share this on your timeline. Somebody inside of your timeline needs to hear this, and they need to hear it right now. They need to hear it right now. Hit the share button so that they can hear this live and in person. They can go catch the replay, but they need to understand what's happening in Houston right now. We have a gift that has occurred in this space by having, and she only goes on tour live one time a year. One time a year, it'll be another 365 days before you see her in this city in this way again if things remain the same. So you don't want to miss this opportunity to have a transformation. And here's the thing that was saying, there may be a woman thinking, well, I've been in business for 20 years. I've been here a long time. Like what can I learn in a room? And another woman saying, well, I'm just thinking about it. And so is it appropriate for me? Speak to how it's appropriate for whatever level of woman that shows up.
So I would say three levels, and I'll just share. We were just in Baltimore, and there was a young lady who was already a millionaire. And then the normal person would think, well, why would she want to be in here? But she wanted to shift the game. And I realized, even with MLMs and things like that, maybe you have an MLM. And I said, there's a way to be able to shift this so you're not depending on other people. This is you, not you and you alone, you and your team, but for you to start working less and making more. And so for the woman who is like, well, maybe I'm already successful. That's great. But I'm going to question the consistency of the flow of your wealth. And two, how many hours are you really working? Now, if it's real estate, a little bit different. But I tell people what takes you 30, 60 days to do, we do that in a weekend. Right? And that, like I tell you all, drop the receipts. And I remember the conversation when it was like, we're almost at $1 million a month, not in a year. And I'm not saying that to brag or to boast, but for the woman who wants that, where do you go learn those things from? A millionaire. If I want to be a billionaire, which I do, where do I go? And I sit at the feet of someone who's a billionaire. I'm not going to sit at the feet that somebody's at thousands and you're trying to teach me. Can't learn from that because you and I are in the same area per se. So for the woman who's already got a business, how do we scale that thing? For the woman, like, I don't know what business I need to have, or I'm just trying to figure this thing out. It's for you as well. We call you the lunch bunny.
Come on.
The lunch bunny. The lunch bunny is like, I know I'm supposed to be doing something. I am pregnant. I need to give birth, but I just don't know what it is because it's waking you up in the middle of the night. People are telling you, hey, why are you not a coach? Why are you not a speaker? Why are you not an author? And maybe those are the things that you really don't know about. Because some people have given the coaching industry a bad name. No, ma'am, we're all coaches in our own right. You're still coaching your kids. You're still coaching your husband. You're still coaching people. How about you take all of that knowledge that you have and you begin to share with people who really need you? And maybe you're in the middle, like you're trying to figure this thing out. Because I'll say this, Dr. Shana, if there's any woman listening to the sound of my voice and she's trying to figure out how to create her own economy, let me say that again for the people in the back.
Drop that own
Create,
economy.
yes, creating your own economy, regardless who's the president, who's not the president, who,
Mm,
regardless of what's happening out there. I did a video not too long ago, and it said, I said to people, we're in the same ocean, but we're not in the same boat. Not
mm,
everybody is in a woe is me. And if they are, they better get in the room with people that are teaching them something. And I'll say this, and I don't think I've ever said it. My team, when they came, my advisors like, okay, why are you going on this tour? And we saw the information. That's way too much for the investment. I said, I will always overgive
mm,
and over deliver.
mm,
Always. I don't care if you paid $97, $2.94 breaking bread at lunch or whatever. I will always pour out, because when I leave that room, I want to make sure every woman who paid attention
mhm,
and who wanted more to have her breakthrough.
mm,
And I'm going to call her out. No, I'm going to
mm.
call her up and give her the opportunity, if she didn't come from a wealthy family, to give the opportunity for a wealthy family to come from her. So if you're
Ooh,
that woman, it's time for you to show up, sis, and be in the room. You
show
can have it all.
Woo, you can have it all. And the recipe is being dropped. She coming with the whole recipe card. That's what you don't understand. All the ingredients, the how much you're supposed to put, listen, create your own economy. Like you messed me up right there when you said that. Create your own. I'm like, that's a word. Like a mind shift that we have the capacity and the power, the audacity and the power to create our own economy. That's powerful. That is powerful. Now, talk about the levels that women can show up into this space.
Well, there's two. I think we have maybe two seats for the second one. So I'll talk about them both. But the first one is general admission, right? It's $97. That's it. For a workbook, all those things, and get all of this information. Those of you who want to break bread, I say iron sharpens iron. We're going to break at lunchtime and we're going to go to another room and have lunch. Yes, I'm going to feed you. This is a full day. This is the first time I've done a full day I Own My Power. And this is probably the last one. Probably I would say forever. I wouldn't say forever, ever, but I know next year I'll be busy with television and things like that. So I won't be able to get out and about like this. So this is going to close out just one season, but there's an opportunity for you to have lunch. So you're talking about 97 or 294. And one thing I always tell women, I don't promise a lot of things and I don't know a lot of things, but I know how to make $1 million. I know how to take nothing and turn it into much more than 15 cents. I know how to build a business off of your heartache and pain. So those are the two levels. And again, I think there's probably about 2 seats left for VIP. Once that max out, we're done, because I could only get so many for lunch. But the room, of course, we still have seats that are available as of right now, but no telling. So go, if you're going to do it, girl, don't think wrong. You think long, you think wrong for sure.
Come on, general to giants. That's the room you're in. This is your general. You be a giant. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be an amazing opportunity. Dr. Sonja, I am so grateful that you came tonight to drop. They talking about hashtag nuggets. Yes, Kathy, dropping nuggets tonight. We're not playing up in here. Don't overthink this, ladies. Don't overthink this. Make a choice. When you hear the sound of her voice and she says, create your own economy, she's going to show you how to take nothing and make it into something. She's not making it up. I'm living proof. I am
Yes.
evidence that this works. No matter where you start, this works as long as you work it. Dr. Sonja, I appreciate you. I love you to pieces.
You
And I'm so
Lord.
glad you're in my city. And I look forward to seeing, ladies, all of you, grab your ticket before it's gone. Don't wish you were there. Go ahead and be there and be in the house. We're going to have a great time this weekend, Dr. Sonja. I can't wait. Ladies,
Yes. Thank you so
own your
much. I greatly appreciate it. And thank you so much for everything that you do, Dr. Shane. I'm so proud of you. And I cannot wait for you to walk across that stage as a millionaire. Hello.
yes. Y'all heard us say it first right here on live. Y'all have a great evening. We'll see y'all in Houston in a couple of days. Bye bye.